how did this idea of getting a life insurance policy under 5 minutes come? Like, when was the time you realized that the process is too tedious, it has too many documents, I don't want to go to a hospital and give the medical exams, right? Let's get it under 5 minutes.
It's so there's a scientific reason of 5 minutes based on data, and then there's the personal purchasing experience. So from a scientific perspective, we did the research on how long customers want to stay engaged in a process to buy whatever product it is, right? So for financial related products, it's 5 minutes, and it generally is, maybe 10 questions, 12 questions. Anytime you move beyond that 5 minute marker, anytime you move beyond that 10, 12 minute, 12, 10 or 12 question marker, then what happens is you lose interest. And it makes it more difficult to convert that person because it's just too much, too many questions, too long of time. So we had to time it right. So then we backed into, all right, in order to get a 5 minute journey, what do we need to do? And so we decided that we needed to totally get rid of reflexive questions and come up with a technique that allowed us to gather the information so that we can make a proper decision, but not move beyond that 5 minute marker. So that's where we came up with QE and the time frame for 5 minutes. From a personal perspective, when I first started looking at insurance, and this was after I unfortunately missed the window for when I really needed insurance and my personal history and my personal story. Um, and, just going out there, this is back in the day, you had to fill out a long paper application. You had to work with an agent. Then you had to get on a phone interview where people would take your application and then review the questions that you asked to make sure that there wasn't any other information. So that takes a long time. Then you have the person that either comes to your home or you go to the lab and they, take your specimens and then you get the lab work done. And all of that is very time consuming. So when you think about your typical consumer, whether that's a single mom, whether that's a family, life carries on and life gets in the way. So who has that time to devote to insurance? So it's important that you respect the consumer's time, that you make it easy for them to not only apply, but get insurance on the spot, where you make it easy for them to understand what they need and why they need it. Because if you're taking too much time and your process is too convoluted, then people will not get covered because it just is too much of an inconvenience.